Hello and welcome to Stop the Press. I'm Rob Chadwick and I'm a journalism lecturer at Exeter College, and I'm here with Bill Martin, 35 years in the business as a sub-editor and editor on local and national papers, and I'm here with Nick Copson, who has made it down the 303 after a 5-hour drive, but he did get to see Stonehenge. He's 20 years in the business, in marketing and all of that type of stuff. And I'm still here with Chris Errington, who we've just recorded a fantastic episode about his career in journalism and Argyle over the years and stuff, which you must listen to, which will be out in about a week's time. But the one that we're going to release tomorrow, June the 9th, which you hopefully are listening to on June the 9th, is a World Cup preview, and that is what we're going to do today. We've got an expert with us, Chris, who has written about football for years and years.
I've never reported on an England game, Rob, so I wouldn't claim the expert tag.
Well, you're more expert than me.
We've got me, who's moaned about England for 50 years, and Nick, who's also moaned about England for 50 years, and Bill, who doesn't care about football. So let's see how this goes.
No, that's untrue. I do care. I just don't know anything.
Fair enough. Well, that's going to add to the conversation fully.
Very insightful podcast.
Okay, so it starts tomorrow. First and foremost, what do we think about the build-up to the World Cup in Mexico, Canada and America? What do we think about a World Cup in America?
To me, the World Cup's felt muted. I mean, the build-up has felt muted. I don't know if... I'm sort of used to going out in Plymouth and seeing cars with England flags, and I haven't seen any of that.
I don't think any of us know what the build-up's like in Canada or Mexico, because it's completely dominated by the United States. They've got the majority of the games, or the vast majority of the games, but all the stories in the media are about ticket prices in America and Donald Trump in America and halftime
the heat
shows and the heat. So it does seem to be, even though it's being hosted by 3 countries, it seems to all the build-up seems to be about America.
And the football country out of those 3 is Mexico. If you if you were going to base it in 3 countries, then the football country is Mexico. Let's have the final in Mexico City. That'll really get the crowd going, won't it?
Yeah, revamped to Azteca Stadium.
Yeah,
big passion.
Fantastic.
A team that could be one of the teams that be a surprise package, as they say.
Well, let's hope not, because if everything goes to seeding, we've got them in the last 16. So let's hope that Mexico go out in the last 16.
And that's not good because they're at altitude.
Yes.
Or Mexico City is anyway.
That's going to be a hell of a tricky game, that one, isn't it? So that brings us to predictions and things like that. Who's going to win it?
England.
Because?
I was just going to leave a bit of silence.
Just because it's time. I mean, this sort of never-ending nightmare can't go on.
Is that how sport works?
And I think...
It's time.
I think that and this is proves to you how little I know, I think we've got enough good players. I think we've got a decent manager. And crucially this time round, I think the manager has created an atmosphere when everyone isn't expecting us to win. Do you know what I mean? We haven't got that sort of hype that...
He's managed expectations.
He's managed expectations. And I think the team is going well prepared, fit, I think. I mean, there's been no David Beckham's left toe, or what was it, Rooney's? I can't
metatarsal.
remember.
As far as I'm aware, I don't think anyone is carrying an injury that I know of. Yeah,
and I think we underestimate the quality of our squad sometimes.
I agree with that.
There you go.
I think man for man, player for player, we're on par with any other team contending. France, Spain included, and so on. I think this is the best England squad, player for man, we've ever had, probably, in terms of ability and experience. And I think the one thing that stands to me, and I will obviously mention the fact that it's an intense climate out there, which doesn't bode well for Western, Northern European countries. But I think the one thing that stands out for me is Thomas Tuchel. Right? He's never managed internationally before. I appreciate that. But I think over a 4 or 5 game, 6, 7, maybe hopefully tournament, I can't think of a single better manager I'd want managing England in terms of decision making, in terms of tactical prowess, in terms of making the right call at the right time.
I can think of one.
Who's that?
Pep.
Well, maybe Pep, yes. Maybe Pep. But I think Pep makes some stupid calls in big games, though, sometimes.
Yeah, true.
Over the course of a season, yes, maybe. But in a big tournament, I'm not so sure. And he's
sometimes overthinks it,
He's out old news now, isn't he?
Well, I think he'll manage England at
yesterday's
some point,
man.
Pep.
He might well do, mightn't he?
Yeah, I think he will at one point. He's actually told Guillaume Balaguer he wants to manage England, doesn't he?
Has he really?
Yeah.
And Nick's point about Tuchel as well, when you're an international manager, you sometimes have 2 games, then you have a month off, then you have 2 games, and you have a month off, and you don't get any rhythm, any pattern. In a tournament, if England can go deep into the tournament, it will be a bit like being a club manager and playing, the classic Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, so that's where his experience of club football will come in, and then he's got to pit his wits against some top international coaches, some of them who have been around for quite a few years. Didier Deschamps has nailed international football management down to a T, hasn't he? I mean, what he doesn't know about international football and getting the best out of his team isn't worth knowing about.
True.
Are they the favourites?
France.
Yeah?
I think so, yeah. Or Spain, maybe.
I don't know. I think it is France. I think it's Spain and then France the second favourites.
Chris, who's going to win?
I do like France. I think their young attacking players are really exciting, really dangerous. We spoke in the podcast we just recorded, Bill, about my support of Crystal Palace, and I am a massive fan of Michael Olise,
player,
who has really emerged with Bayern Munich. The world is his oyster. He will cut inside onto his left foot, 20 yards out. Everyone will know he's going to do it. Everyone will know that he's going to shoot. And every time he'll wrap his left foot around it and just bend it inside the far post. He's a fantastic player. You got Doué, Mbappe, people like that. They're going to be exciting to watch. And Didier Deschamps, to me, has proved that he knows how to navigate his team through a tournament and the little obstacles and problems that can crop up. So, if I was a betting man, as they say, France looked pretty good to me.
Rob?
Well, it's very, very rare for a European team to win the World Cup outside Europe. And looking at the climate, I would probably go South America. I'd probably go Brazil or Argentina. And if you had to pick one, Argentina finished above Brazil in the group stages, so I'd probably go Argentina, just for the fact that it's so difficult to win in that climate for European sides, as Nick was talking about just now. If you were just playing a competition in a nice sort of 20-degree climate, France are your winners, but it's not. It's in a 30-degree climate, and I can see it going to one of the South American sides.
Brazil have got Ancelotti, which is a tick, if you ask me. Another very top manager who, Brazil have always had great players, but haven't always necessarily meshed. And I know they've won it 5-6 times, isn't it, the World Cup? So they're not bad at World Cups, but there's been plenty of occasions when Brazil have gone to a tournament and everyone said, oh, they'll win, and then they haven't had the structure and the cohesion. And to me, Ancelotti will make sure that's spot on.
And this is no indicator at all, obviously. But obviously, the last time the World Cup was in America in '94, Brazil won then. And actually, they weren't. It wasn't a vintage Brazil team at the time. I think they had Romario playing for them, but it wasn't the classic '70s or even the '90s, noughties era of Rivaldo and Romario and.
They had Dunga in the centre of midfield making tackles, basically, didn't they?
Yeah.
And that's what won them. It wasn't.
But they won it. So if that's a indicator, well, to your point, Rob, you're probably right. South American.
Yeah.
Who's your pick?
I can argue with both of you. France, Spain. You have to look at, and South America. I'm quietly confident about England. Right.
Mad.
I think that
the break's gone mad.
I think the challenge is.
All that time on the 303.
I think the challenge is we're too reliant on Harry Kane.
Yeah.
I think he's a fantastic player, fantastic leader. I think he's a very, very underappreciated general all-round footballer as well. He's not just a goal scorer.
Best player in the world, according to my man on my right.
Possibly,
probably. I was saying it's arguable he's the best player in the world at the moment.
But I feel that if he's not on form, he's had a long season. He's not injured, no, but he's had a long season. The weather will be oppressive. If he's not on form, I'm not sure where all of those goals are going to come from. And
we've got no chance if he's not on form.
Well, yeah, a reliable. We need a defensive performance.
Ivan Toney.
Possibly Ivan Toney. Penalties, yeah. If he gets injured, we're knackered, right?
And he's not talking about Ivan Toney then.
That's the difference between England and the other teams that we've mentioned, isn't it? There's more than one match winner, probably 2 or 3 in most of the teams. And outside of Harry Kane, who's going to get us the goals we need in tight games.
Saka doesn't. Saka scores, but he's not prolific. Rashford maybe. Rashford's. I want Rashford to play rather than Gordon on the left, and he gets some really cracking goals. And if he's on form, he's a player, isn't he?
If we could get a Rashford or a Saka or somebody like that who can just hit form at the right time and get a couple of goals in the group games and build from there, then you're talking, aren't you?
We can't forget.
But our route is Mexico, Brazil, France before we even get to the final.
We've got to beat everyone to win, Robert. Got to beat everyone to win.
It doesn't sound like we'll get there, though, does it?
Is that's the path?
That's the path. Yeah.
As group winners.
Yeah.
So, is there an argument to say we'd be better off finishing group runners up?
I think we'll end up with Spain, Argentina. It's like you just look at the way to the final, and you think, can we beat all those teams? We can. Will we? Don't know. It's going to be difficult.
In some way, I think England's first game is at Croatia, isn't it? And I think if we have to lose that, that would be terrible.
Don't we always lose to them?
Well, we haven't got a great track record, especially in international tournaments. I think if we were to lose to that, I'd still be confident getting second place, and therefore you get second place, you're through, right? And that might open up the right route for England. Okay, so that I won't be gutted if we lose to Croatia.
We've got Croatia, Panama, and
Ghana. And I bet Antoine Semenyo is right up for playing against England for Ghana, by the way.
That's another potential banana skin.
Well, there is a banana skin, but
you've only got to come third. And we will beat Panama. It's like the whole setup of the tournament is mad. It's like 48 teams which are reduced to 32, which means like you can come third as long as you win a game. Scotland will make it to the last 32.
Yeah,
that's how easy it is to get
out of the groups. The last 32 is that they're knockouts.
That's knockout then. I think this is why people aren't as up for it, because it feels like a qualifying tournament to start off with, and then a knockout tournament, which is the World Cup.
I was thinking about this before I came in to record this with you guys, and Bill being a big cricket fan, and I watched the last Cricket World Cup, Bill, and it went on for like about a month, and nothing really happened.
Yeah.
And I do wonder if the Football World Cup might be like that this time around, where although this tournament starts now, I think it's June the 29th is when the last 32 is, and we might have like a bit of a phony World Cup where it's happening, but it's only when we get to the last 32 that it's really going to start. People will start taking it seriously and starting taking interest.
Yeah, there's less jeopardy, isn't there, in the first round? And England have traditionally always had jeopardy pretty much from the off, haven't they?
Yes.
We
always seem to lose the first game of every tournament.
Yeah. I remember 86. That was horrific. Losing to Portugal, drawing with Morocco, and then suddenly the players went to Bobby Robson and said, "We can't play like this," changing the whole structure and winning 3-0 against Poland. It was amazing.
Well, it happened in '90 as well, when they have only got through because they got a win against Egypt in the last game. Right header.
Yeah. It was horrendous.
A defender out of nowhere. I mean,
and again, they went to Robson and said,
"Yeah,
we want to do it." This is why I don't rate Bobby Robson as a manager. I know that's sacrilege.
Steady on.
I know that's sacrilege, but the only reason England did well under him is because the players said, "We don't want to play in the way that you want to play." That's not a good. Well,
we don't want to play. That's good management.
Shows flexibility.
He got them to take control.
Exactly.
He empowered them.
Play 4-4-2. Change it.
Yeah, exactly. But it was England's chances. Well, obviously, the draw is difficult. How do we feel about the squad?
Have we taken the right team?
Think? Yeah, what do you think, Chris? How do you feel about the squad? I know you'd like Adam Wharton to be there as a Crystal Palace fan.
As a Crystal Palace fan, I cannot understand how Adam Wharton's not in the squad. Now, we spoke off air, and you said about lack of goals, and that's a fair point. But I think all the other things that he brings, how he cannot get into a squad of 26 when his vision and his passing is absolutely exceptional. And I'm sure Thomas Tuchel doesn't look at it this way, but take Kobbie Mainoo, perfectly fine player. But if Kobbie Mainoo played for Palace and Adam Wharton played for Man United, there wouldn't be a decision to be made. Adam Wharton would be picked.
And I think it was a choice between those two.
So that would be sense. I mean, people have said, well, why is Jordan Henderson being picked? Wouldn't Adam Wharton have been a better bet there? And it seems, from everything we read and hear that, Jordan Henderson's almost like an on-pitch captain. And with a squad of 26, maybe you can afford to almost like carry, in inverted commas, a player that you've probably got no real intention of playing, but he's there as a good influence. I suppose you can do that.
Is Jordan Henderson the cover for number 6? Is he the cover for Elliot Anderson?
Maybe, but
I don't fancy him at number 6.
No, I mean, if that's what you were looking for, there might have been one or two other candidates.
James Garner, maybe.
Yeah, well, he had a good season for for Everton, I should say. So, I mean, you can always go through any squad and pick holes in it. So I've sat and complained about Adam Wharton. We could all have our favourite teams, favourite players, and they'd miss out, and you'd be disappointed. I think the balance is good. I mean, the Ivan Toney question that has cropped up.
Who would you take instead? Was my sort of thought to it. It's like you could take Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but what difference is that? Yeah,
similar type of players.
Yeah.
Calvert-Lewin finished the season quite well for Leeds, so would he have been a better bet? Ivan Toney will certainly give us something a bit different. And maybe with 10 minutes to go and we're hanging on at 1-0, then Ivan Toney might be a good
Lump
good
it
player.
In the box, let him hold it up
a little bit, a bit old fashioned, but especially in the heat and things like that.
He's fast, isn't he?
Just
He's
to
big.
have occupied defenders. Opposition, they're finding the heat a bit heavy going as well, and they're getting a bit of a battering from Ivan Toney. Physically, it might help. So,
I didn't have a problem with Toney. I
didn't either.
My main problem was Cole Palmer. I felt like what you can see that Tuchel's done is he's gone, right, I want to play in this style of football, and I'm going to pick 22 players that play that sort of football, plus 4 others, which Jordan Henderson, Toney, etc., who can do other things. I can't see why Cole Palmer wouldn't be one of those other 4 that actually, if things are going horribly wrong and you can't get a grip on the game, you put Cole Palmer on and he tries to move the ball around and do something a bit different at number 10.
I think for whatever reason, I don't know the reason, I think he doesn't trust him, and I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's a personality flaw or something, I'm not sure, but he's not a Thomas Tuchel player for some reason. Immensely talented, skill-wise, ability. Cole Palmer could do something that could get England out of a
Exactly.
You wouldn't have bet on that 6 months ago, would you?
No, you wouldn't.
No Palmer, no Foden.
No
Foden, no Maguire.
No Maguire.
You love Maguire.
I don't know. I just know who he is. So
Oh,
obviously, I'm a fan.
what I like about it, I'll tell you what I like about this squad, is that in the past, England managers, and I'm thinking of McLaren
Ericsson.
and those, even Ericsson to be fair, but even Capello as well. They tried to shoehorn the best players into positions because they were the best players. And I'm thinking of the horrendous situation when you had Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes, and
Joe Cole on the
Joe
left
Cole
midfield.
in the middle. And I like that Thomas Tuchel has gone, no, I'm choosing the best formation I want to choose for various game types, and who are the best 1 or 2 players in those positions, and I'm taking them.
I like that, but that leaves you 4
Cole Palmer
players.
misses out, and so on, but that's because he's chosen whatever reason Jude Bellingham.
And I get that,
Yeah.
but that does leave you 4 players, and I feel like Cole Palmer should have been one of those
and
4
I
players.
sort of agree with that. I do. Yeah.
He scored a goal in the final for us.
I know.
So has he fallen off that much? I wonder if he's just suffered a little bit because Chelsea have struggled. That's probably impacted his own performances, but that doesn't necessarily change his own form, and there's no reason why he couldn't go into a confident, firing England team and be a really, certainly, again, impact substitutes. We're talking about the heat and everything like that. Impact subs are surely going to have a big part to play. Strengths of squads.
Yeah.
It's not going to be 11 men, 12 men, 13 men. It's probably going to be 16 every game, isn't it?
Maybe you were thinking, well, I've got to take over Cole Palmer or Eberechi Eze, and he loves Eze. I love Eze. He's a great player. He will do similar things to Palmer. He will do interesting and out of the blue things which might get you a goal and stuff. So, hey, we're going to have to trust him for now, aren't we?
There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
His track record as a manager.
Exactly.
Obviously, this is the first time international tournament, but yeah, like Nick said, his track record as a manager is right up there.
Champions League winner.
Yep.
So is it a high-scoring tournament?
No, I don't think it. I mean, on average, probably. I mean, it's going to be a very slow tournament. I think. It certainly won't be like Premier League.
Oh, you mean in terms of the play?
Yeah, internationally,
because of the heat.
Never is anyway. It's always a slower pace anyway.
Yeah.
Even England playing that, even though they're used to playing at 100 miles an hour week in, week out, they suddenly slow it for international football. It's hot. They're going to have to preserve energy. Well, actually, to be fair, I'm going to take back what I just said. I'll shut up.
Always decisive.
I thought it through. 48 teams. Probably at least a quarter of them are pretty, average
Rubbish.
teams, right?
Yeah.
They could be a goal fest. Actually, in the first round, they could.
I was thinking the same.
Yeah.
It's the first round. You could end up with some quite crickety scores type things. Do you know, it's almost a quarter of the teams that tried to qualify for the World Cup are actually in it this time.
That's bonkers, isn't it?
It's mad, isn't it?
Well, there's over 200 nations in FIFA in the world rankings, and like you say, nearly a quarter.
Yeah.
And does that then go back to the tournament lacking a little bit of spark and sparkle? Because there are going to be some games, and bearing in mind the time zones and 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock kickoffs, when there's some less than exciting games that you'd be looking to watch. I mean,
I don't see myself staying up for Jordan v Algeria at 3 in the morning.
I was going to say, you can pick out all sorts of examples of like that. And
Would you normally watch all the games?
Yeah.
when I was growing up, Bill, every game you would watch every game. But
game.
there was only like 16 nations or even 32 nations. And quite often, if it was in Europe, say, for example, 2, 5, 8 kickoff, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 5, you could watch every game. Now, there's going to be, I haven't closely checked all the schedule, but there's going to be days when there's going to be 5 or 6 games being played. So it's almost going to be impossible to watch every game.
Yeah.
And then when you're not following certain teams, I think that impacts your sort of interest in particular groups or things like that. And some team will get to probably the last 16 or the quarterfinals, and people say, "Well, I haven't even seen them play yet."
Anyone fancy Iran versus New Zealand at 2 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday?
Sounds all right.
I'm hoping former Argyle striker Ben Waine scores the winning goal for New Zealand in that
That'd
one.
be amazing,
But that's what
wouldn't
I mean. It's some nations you'll have your own particular interest in, but it's impossible to be interested in 48 teams playing in a tournament, particularly with the time zones for European audiences, because isn't Scotland's like first game
2 o'clock in
2
the
o'clock
morning,
in the morning?
Is it?
That's
Against
bound.
Haiti.
Mind you,
I know that.
Well done, you. Mind you, the last time it was 86, I watched all the games then. Last time it was in America, 86 was Mexico, wasn't it? I watched all the games then. Watched all the games then, even though there was like 12 kickoffs and all of that stuff. I watched all
But
of
was
them
there
then.
32 teams then?
Probably even less than that.
Yeah.
24 probably.
Even
So
if it was 32.
That's what I'm
but
saying. There's going to be a lot of games being
Yeah.
played, and they can't all be high quality, end to end, flowing, fast games. It's just
Uzbekistan versus Colombia on Thursday, the 18th of June, springs out at me. I must set the alarm.
Colombia are a decent side, aren't they?
Colombia are a good side.
You need to apologise in case we have got a listener from Uzbekistan.
Yeah, we probably have.
I'm not apologising.
Our host is not watching your match.
I'm just flicking through some of the games just to see what I definitely wouldn't watch. It's like hilarious. I think we're right. It's once it gets to 32, it's going to be great. I mean, that's when the World Cup's going to kick in. And I do like the idea of proper knockout over quite a long period of time. You go out in the last 32, you're going to be like, oh my God, we've gone out in the last 32. And that's going to be a terrible thing. And we've got to play a third place team at that point, probably, if we win the group. I do expect us to win the group, by the way.
Yeah, Croatia, as Nick said, we have had difficulties with Croatia.
But
first
they don't
game,
feel like they're as strong as they used to be.
First game, fully fit squad. Luka Modric has always been an outstanding player for it. And
Is he playing this time as well?
He's still going.
God.
Is he? Yeah. But so I'm not diminishing the rest of the Croatian team, but I don't think Luka Modric is the player now that he was a few years ago.
He must be about 50, isn't he?
I don't know what his age. I'm sure we can Google it.
It's got to be
quickly
north
in a
of
minute.
40.
It's going to be late 30s, I would estimate. But we'd all be disappointed, rightly so, if England don't beat Croatia first game. That's a game, first game in the tournament, everyone available. Let's go out, win the game, impose ourselves, show people that we mean business. Yes, it's in America. Yes, it's hot, but we'll go and win that game, and then that opens up everything. Then
it's game on. No?
We need to win the first two so that we can rest the team in the third game.
And that's important.
Yeah.
Important. Yeah.
Luka Modric is 40 years old.
Is he? There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
But still a fantastic player.
Still a fantastic player, but we should be able to deal with him better than we've done in the past, because he has caused us lots of problems, as he has done for lots of teams.
He's a bit of a nemesis, isn't he?
He is really. Yeah.
And we have always struggled against teams which have a player that just ticks it over.
Yeah,
so in the 2021
midfielder,
final, Jorginho just ticked the play over,
Yeah,
and Modric in 2018 just ticked it over. Griezmann in the World Cup. We struggle against those teams. We can't close down that player and keep them under control and stop them getting the ball. Hopefully, Tuchel's got a plan.
And what about Scotland?
Oh,
what about Scotland?
I've forgotten Scotland.
Are they in it?
I think Scotland could do quite well. I think Steve Clarke's got a real team together that's probably greater than its individual parts. Mm-hmm. I think in Lawrence Shankland, they've got a really decent striker who could score could score goals for them. They beat Bolivia in a warm-up game, and he scored the opening goal. They
did well. They won 4-0 against
they did,
Bolivia,
all in the first half. So I'm not saying I'm not going to go out on the limb and make any rash predictions like some of us around the table here, but I could certainly see Scotland getting well into the tournament. I think they'll do well. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think they'll
qualify for the next round.
Yeah, and I don't know their path, what it would take and how they would go. But I think they are well organised, structured. They know exactly what their style of play is, and in Shankland in particular, they've got someone who can score goals. And we've seen in World Cup tournaments before teams that haven't been particularly outstanding, but they've had somebody that's just hit form at the right time, and that can take you a long way in a World Cup if you can find just someone who makes a difference. So I'd be interested to see. And obviously, they haven't been there into the World Cup since '98, I think it is.
Yes.
I mean, their fans are going to love it.
If they can afford to be there.
Yeah.
Their big game's Morocco, isn't it? They're going to beat Haiti. You would expect them to beat Haiti, and you would expect them to lose to Brazil. So the big game is Morocco. If they can...
But I think Brazil's the third game, I think. I'm pretty sure it is.
So maybe they can eke a draw out of that with Brazil resting players.
Brazil could be in the stage where you were saying that hopefully England might be resting one or two players.
Finishing second would make a massive difference for Scotland. If you finish third, you end up against Argentina or England or someone like that in the next round. Imagine England-Scotland in the 32.
No, I don't think I could cope with that.
And we've done a World Cup preview podcast, and we've not mentioned Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo yet.
I know, it's just about
That's amazing, isn't it? Their sixth World Cups.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Sixth World... Well, I don't believe it is the last. I think Ronaldo will probably try and play another one.
It's got to be. Everyone thought the last World Cup actually was going to be their last one.
The bloke's insatiable, isn't it?
Carries on, isn't it?
How old's Ronaldo?
41, I think.
Yeah, and Messi is 39.
Yeah.
So
it's their sixth World Cup.
They
played in 2006.
It is a testament.
Strength and conditioning.
And their own equal competitiveness as well, but it is testimony to that, Bill, yeah.
But increasingly, you can see it in tennis, you can even
players
see it in cricket.
Going on longer.
You can see people playing well into their 40s now and still performing at the top level.
Yeah. Performing at a really high level. Because people have questioned Ronaldo's sort of place in the Portugal team, but I saw a stat late in the last 30-odd games for Portugal, he scored 25 goals or something like that. So he's still performing for his country. And Messi looks as though he's going to be a key player for Argentina if they're going to go on and do as well as Rob was.
And in that temperature, Messi will walk even more than he currently is. And then he'll just see him score a goal.
But he's been playing in America, so maybe that gives him a bit of an advantage that he's aware of what's going on.
Argentina could be an outsider. You never know. You mentioned South American team being one of the favourites. Messi, everything revolves around him for his team, and he's played in Miami now for 2 years, hasn't he? So could be.
FIFA would love it. They bend the rules to get Messi into all of their tournaments, don't they? Club World Cup, they bent the rules in order to get Messi in.
Bend the rules?
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? FIFA, unbelievable. We had better draw this to a close, so I'm going to finish with now we've had our discussion, I want a one word, who's going to win it? And then we're going to say goodbye because I know Chris has to go and interview the latest Argyle signing, which is exciting. I won't break it to you here, listeners. But
it's Alex Hartridge, who everyone knows about already.
That's
the first
Damn it!
While we've got you, are there any other Argyle rumours that we might sign?
There's always rumours, but nothing that's credible at the moment as we sit here right now.
We are doing a World Cup preview, so we better not bring it back to Argyle.
So I'm gonna stick with France. Is my one word answer.
England,
Spain,
Brazil. Listeners, thank you for listening. We will see you in a couple of weeks.